In this video, I'll be going through how I managed to get this client from 50K a month to 300K a month. And we'll also be diagnosing his funnel, his business, what his industry is and his niche, and as well as what our agency does as a partner and as an extension of his business. So we'll also be going through what I do. So if you guys haven't already known, you guys don't know me already, I'm Hugo. I'm 23 years old currently, and I travel the world and also operate a social media marketing agency specializing in e-com as well as info marketing. We're also going to be building some brands on the side, preparing ourselves for exit, because agency is a great source of cash flow to invest into other business ventures and investments. So that is how I want to make the play, and that's how I want to inspire you guys to do the same thing. Use the agency as cash flow, and then use that cash flow to invest in other ventures and businesses. So without further ado, let's dive into this client case study, guys. All right, so this client was in the high ticket sales niche. So if you guys haven't known already, so he's an online content creator teaching people how to start a remote high ticket sales career. So you're just picking up the phone, closing for people, and receiving a commission, okay? He's teaching people how to do that online and remotely, so then they can quit their 9 to 5s, they can quit their jobs and actually make an income from anywhere in the world. All right, guys, so the second thing is that they're able to land gigs and jobs with big brands and influencers who are already selling either a product or a course, right? And then you're able to just close them over the phone, close their students over the phone, paying and buying their courses, and therefore they take a cut and a commission. And that's how you can make a full-time living just from picking up the phone and closing for brands and for people, right? And they're able to scale to 10K per month, massively out earning their 9 to 5. So this is a really solid offer that he's running at the moment. So let's take a look and break down this guy's funnel, right? So our client's funnel, he runs a webinar every single week. And if you guys don't know what a webinar is, I'm gonna go into detail in just a sec here. But basically what it is a 90 to 120 minute live session where he teaches people how to run a sales career, right? So how to actually start going from 0 to 10K per month. He then sells them on a course or a service at the end of that webinar, and he's also got a community of over 1K people on his Discord community. Already, that's a blue ocean of opportunity. If you've got 1,000 people in a community, why the fuck are you not selling them or upselling them and monetizing that community, right? So a little bit about the webinar funnel. So I really wanted to just make a visual here, and basically what that is, it's basically a funnel where you take a customer or a visitor on let's say an ad, or let's say your IG bio or organic content, and you take them, you run ads, or if you are doing really well organically without paying for ads, then you guys have that traffic source. So this is just traffic source here on this column here, and then that directs it to a landing page, a funnel, right? A landing page or a lead magnet or an opt-in, right? What that does is you collect their email, their phone number, and their name. And then what that does is then that registers them for the webinar. Let's say it's on Thursday. People are gonna hop on the webinar to learn how to actually start doing sales themselves. So when they actually hop on that webinar and they start learning, at the end, my client is going to sell them a course. All right, guys, so this then takes them to a thank you page. So after they've entered their email, entered their phone number and their name, they're gonna be directed to a thank you page, which is step 2 of the funnel. All right, guys? And after the thank you page, you guys give them the details of when the webinar is, when to show up, reminders, what you guys need to bring to the webinar, what you guys need to do on the webinar, and offer some incentive for them to actually hop on, right? Because some people forget. You guys need to hit them up with reminders, and that's actually where we come in, where my agency comes in. We do nurturing emails. So you guys can see here, after the thank you page, there is, let's say, a 2-day period where they have to wait until the webinar. So let's say they signed up on Tuesday, then they'll have to wait 2 days to hop on the webinar. Let's say if the webinar is on Thursday, right? So during that 2-day period, you're gonna have to send them nurturing emails and maybe even send them some text messages, right? Just saying, hey, hop on the webinar tomorrow or hop on the webinar in 2 days. We're really excited to have you guys on that webinar, right? So that will be our job, which is one of our many jobs or responsibilities, which is building out nurturing email sequences for our clients to encourage their audience and their visitors or their opt-ins to actually hop on the webinar, incentivize them to watch it, right? If they don't watch it, how are you going to sell them the course, right? So after actually nurturing them and actually having them hop on the webinar, if they don't buy on the webinar, we'll actually hit them with more emails to book an appointment with his sales team, so then they can close them on either a higher ticket deal or on the same deal. So let's say he was selling his course on how to start a remote sales career, starting from 0 to 10K per month. So how to get to 10K per month with sales. Let's say he was charging that normal course for $979 or $997, whatever that price may be, $997. If they watched the webinar and they didn't buy, then we'll send them emails to actually, hop on a call to actually, just close them face to face. And then of course a thank you page, and then enrollment into the course, right? So that's a very brief overview of what a webinar funnel is. Hopefully I didn't make it too long, but clients like this have a huge email list due to the fact that they're just constantly running ads, right? They're spending upwards of $500, 1K, 2K, and even 6K to 10K per day on Facebook ads or on IG ads. And growing a list just means that it needs to be nurtured, right? Having all this people coming into your ecosystem, you're gonna have to hit them with some emails to actually, let them know what they're in for, make them stay. And if you have a list that's, let's say 1K, 10K, 20K, you should be making, ideally, this is just for a rough KPI for me and my team, is to hit $1 per recipient. Sometimes we don't hit it, sometimes we hit more than that. But let's say you have 10K, you have a 10K email list, you should be making 10K per month from that email list. Let's say you have a 100K email list, you should be making 100K per month from that email list. And now that we're on the topic of the email list, hopefully you guys are interested in signing up to my email list, which is in the description below, where I send 2 emails per week, and I actually personally take time out of my day to actually write these emails. So hopefully you guys join and actually see what I do. I document my agency, I document my client results, I show case studies, which I don't really post on YouTube. So if you guys are interested in joining my email list, I don't sell anything on there. Just simply click on the description below and join that. All right, guys. So, and since we're talking about sending emails now, I want to show you guys what we actually did in terms of a strategic point of view, which is the first step, which is one of our few different offer stacks, is that we write and schedule out 1 email per day, and we send it out to his email list. It might be to sell the course, it might be to tell a story, it might be to teach them a lesson, it might be to make them check out your other social media platforms. He has a TikTok following, an Instagram following, and a YouTube following. Just having that omni-channel presence and kind of like just having them check many different platforms out is a great way to actually nurture your audience, and also getting them to reply to your emails, right? Just getting your audience just to reply to your emails, that not only boosts deliverability, but it boosts morale and gets them more excited to hop on the webinar or to buy the course, right? So as you guys can see here, this is a screenshot I took from our ActiveCampaign software, where we schedule out emails and we also write our emails on there. You guys can see the webinar promo emails here, course promo emails here. We send 1 per day, okay? So it doesn't have to be a promo or a pushy CTA email every single time, but you guys need to vary it around between nurturing, value, promotional emails, all of that. That's what we do. And if you guys are doing something similar to me, then this could be really valuable for you. But if you guys are not running an email marketing agency or copywriting agency, then you guys might be able just to take out some copy tips that I'm going to be discussing in just a second. All right, guys. So these emails go in the form of webinar reminder emails, nurturing emails, value emails, testimonial emails, direct CTA, just meaning like, oh, hey, buy my course now, right? Or just buy course email, right? So we also handle all the automations for him. So what sort of automations do we do? So the number one automation that we do is called a pre-webinar automation, which is a sequence of emails which nurture the buyer to hop on the next upcoming webinar. So the goal and every single CTA on that automation is just to get them to click the link and actually get them to hop on the webinar. So then our client can then sell them on the course and make some money, right? So that is the first automation that we do, and this is really important to get your buyers, not your buyers, your future buyers excited to hop on the webinar, ready to soak up some free value, right? And the second automation that we do is a tag automation. So what's a tag automation? So it's kind of like you're tagging people with a specific information, so then you're able to target them later on, and you're also able to segment them better, right? So for different opt-ins from different platforms, let's say someone opts in from TikTok, let's say someone opts in from Instagram, let's say someone opts in from Facebook and then buys a course and then hops on the webinar, right? There's a lot of different moving parts to webinar funnels, but that's why we need to separate them and segment them, so then we're able to properly target each single segment with a more direct response or with more of a personalized copy, so then we're able to sell them better, because different people along the different stages of the buying cycle. You need to target them with different copy. Not necessarily that important if you're doing it at a low scale, but let's say you're having a 200K, 300K, 500K email list, then you guys need to be segmenting and using different sorts of copies to target different buyers and getting them to buy. All right, guys, so the next automation that we do is called the sunset unengaged automation. So what this automation does is it basically gets people who are not really opening your emails, not really engaging with your emails, not really clicking on your emails, and they don't even feel like they're on your email list in the first place. So why are they there taking up space and taking up money? Because as you guys know, if you guys are working with email marketing, you pay for every single subscriber that's on your list. So if that subscriber is not opening or clicking or even considering buying, then why are they on your list, right? So this is where this automation comes in, right? So it pushes them, this automation gets them into a sequence, so anyone who hasn't clicked on an email or opened an email in the past 60, 90, 120 days, we're getting them into this sunset unengaged automation, right? So they get pushed into the sequence, which gets them to buy because it just directs straight to the point. When you're not going to read my emails anyway, so why not just push a buying email, right? So if they don't buy or they don't open those emails, then they'll be, linked to a tag, and which makes them unsubscribe from your email list. So then you clear up space for new leads to come in and potentially higher buying intent, right? And the last, not least, arguably the most important automation for pre-webinars, super valuable here, guys, is that it's the post-webinar automation, right? So let's say your webinar is finished, like our client's webinar has finished, it's Thursday evening and it's finished, and people are hopping off the webinar. We're gonna target those people who did not even attend the webinar to attend the webinar next week, right? Or we get them to attend a webinar replay, which is webinars are recorded and then there's a replay, and then they're gonna hop on that replay page to watch the webinar, and hopefully at the end, and they will, maybe spend some money with our client. And for the people who did attend the webinar, they actually sat through the webinar, maybe they left midway, maybe they left at the end. We also hit them with an automation, and this is also part of the post-webinar automation where we get them to buy, right? They actually hopped on the webinar, but they didn't buy. We're gonna get them to buy again. And just in a sec, I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit how we actually run our emails, how we're able to get them to buy, because it's probably a little hard in our eyes right now to actually get people to buy from emails, but we're gonna get right into it, okay, guys? Excuse me. All right, guys, so in Hyros, this is just a bit of a testimonial here, guys. I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but let me just scroll in just a sec here. Let me see if I can increase that size, but as you guys can see, email here, we generated $60,000 that month for him. All right, so we added $60,000 to his bottom line, and that is pure profit. All right, guys, so it is May 1st to May 31st. So this is just the recent month, right? So we added an extra $60,000 per month in profit to his business. And the bulk of the profit came from campaigns, as you guys can see here. That's email campaign here. And with the runner-up being email automations, all right, guys? So the campaigns is basically the emails that we send every single day to his list, just manually. But the automations, they run on autopilot, and they are the runner-up in terms of monthly profit generated, okay, guys? This is a profit, all right, guys? Because this is info marketing, so profit margins are extremely high. This isn't e-com, so we're actually giving him free profit every single month just by having us as a partner and handling all of this for him. Okay, guys. So how does our agency use direct response email copy, to actually get our clients results? All right. So you guys need to be using this for your own business if you guys aren't already. But here's just a gist of how we're actually able to come up with ideas and actually our mindset in writing emails. So we always use direct response copy. All right, guys. We're talking to these guys from a personal level, and we're trying to break beliefs and get them to buy. And in order for someone to buy, we need to understand why people buy. And the reason why people buy is they buy with, emotions, and then they justify that buying intent with logic, right? So people buy with emotions and justify with logic. So what does this mean for us as marketers, right? We need to hit them with emotional daggers, which trigger their emotional pains. And once their emotional pains are triggered, we need to make them believe in themselves so that they're able to actually make that purchase, and they actually see that purchase as part of the solution to solving that pain, right? So let's say they have really low self-esteem, they don't have much money laying around, but they really want to provide for themselves, provide for their families. We hit them with emotional daggers, which makes them feel bad about not being able to do that for their families, and then provide logic to actually help them justify themselves in their head, making them believe, oh, actually, if these guys can do it, why can't I? And if I just buy the course and just do whatever he says, then I could actually get to that point in my life where I'm able to provide for my family, where I'm able to actually work remote and travel the world, right? So that's actually kind of like a high level view of how we're able to write emails in terms of a strategic view as well. So people buy with emotions, justify with logic. Our goal is to actually just hit their emotional pain points, back it up with undeniable proof. So this is where case studies and testimonials come in. So you guys need to have testimonials. Your client must have had, many testimonials where they've helped, countless people actually generate results, and they have that, they also need to have how much they made, how long they took, and their efforts, right? Part of the value equation, of course. And they also need to believe that they can do it too. This is the most important part. If they don't believe, if your audience doesn't believe that they can do it themselves, they won't buy, okay? So this is why, striking that emotional pain in their, in their mind and their heart is so important as a marketer. And then this is where emotional daggers come in, right? So some emotional daggers might be common misconceptions, false beliefs on how hard it is to actually start a business, to start making 10K a month online. These are the thoughts that, our target audience are probably thinking in their heads, right? Oh, it's so hard to make money online. It's so hard to make 10K per month. I'm only making 2K a month right now. Seems like such a big gap. It might take me 10 years to get there. Or, they might be thinking, oh, other people can make it work, but maybe it's just not for me. Starting a business is so hard. I don't even have time for it. Countless thoughts in our audience's heads, which are, essentially limiting them from buying and limiting them from taking any action at all. And in order to actually get them to buy, we're going to have to break these beliefs, right? So there are way too many false beliefs which need to be broken down and digested, right? You need to digest those broken beliefs before you're able to actually pitch them a course or sell them on anything at all. All right, guys, it's crucial. It's really crucial to segment your list, since there are customers in different stages of the buying cycle, and customers in different stages of the buying cycle have different limiting beliefs. People who have bought from you once have probably a higher belief in themselves than people who have never bought, because they just don't trust you. They don't trust in themselves. They might not take action, right? So you guys need to craft different copy to these different segments of audiences, especially if you guys are having huge email lists, or if you guys are working with clients with 100K, 200K, 300K email lists, right? You guys need to be segmenting your audiences, right? Saves you money and makes you a lot more. All right. Okay, guys. So now on to the breaking beliefs portion of the training, which is this is the second stage of getting people to overcome their self-objections in their head and to actually just nudge them along the sale, right? So when someone feels like, I can do this myself, if I think to myself, I can do this myself, I can make this work, this will be good for me, then you've successfully broken down my beliefs, right? I'm actually pretty much ready to buy, right? If I can believe in myself and I see your course as a solution to my lifestyle, to my dream lifestyle, then I'm ready to buy, right? All I need to be doing is just, all you guys need to be doing is just hitting me with testimonials, right? And then it's just gonna be, a really smooth sail down the road. But beliefs can be broken using logic, all right? They buy with emotions, they justify with logic, so now they have a new logic in their head which requires them to invest in your program so that they can make their dream happen, right? So I usually blast these people with testimonials, stories, transformations to keep them in a positive circle of influence. So just to make sure there's so much positivity around them every time their audience sees our client's name in their email inbox, they're just like, oh, cool, this is going to be a positive message, or just a positive testimonial. Maybe this will work for me someday. It might not be today, they might not buy today, but it might work for me someday. And tomorrow you hit them with another email, with another testimonial, and they're like, okay, fuck this, I'm going to buy it today, right? It's really important to surround their email list with a positive circle of influence, all right? If they see more people succeeding, they're more eager to maybe take action themselves. And now let's go into a bit about, the YouTube video title, right? So how to actually write these emails for the 300K per month client. Well, elements, I just really want to go through the elements of must-read email marketing emails. Daniel Thorsell actually taught me this, but in laws of email marketing, there's one single law. There's multiple laws, but let's go through each and every single one of them. So every single email you send must come with a CTA. All right, guys, if you guys are not including CTAs in your emails, I see a lot of guys do this. They just write emails and just send it out and say, okay, I did an email today. But you guys need to have, you know, call to actions. Every single email should have a call to action. And when I usually start an email, when I usually, you know, write an email, I start off really broad and then have a really general idea or like a story or something that happened to me during my day, and then I narrow it down into a CTA and think of a way which I could subtly transition that story into a CTA. And that's when you know it's a good email. All right, guys? You can even tell stories, go off on a rant, circle back to the idea to a CTA to get them to buy from you. Okay, guys? Number 2 is your emails must have radically different thought-elevating insights on a topic, new trends, opinions, controversiality. You know, when Andrew Tate was, you know, on the come up, we were talking about Andrew Tate on the email list, saying, you know, why he's good at doing this, why he's good at doing this. You might not, you know, agree with everything, but we must also agree on the fact that he was a genius marketer. You know, we went in depth into Andrew Tate, and a lot of people actually loved reading that email, and also shows that you are a real person. You're actually authority figure as well. You know, you're aware of different trends, and they see you actually as a real person, rather than just spamming them with buying emails, which is going to hurt your list and deliverability, right? Number 3 is precise discussion into your market pain points and struggles and regular discussions around them. So you should already by now know what your target audience or what people on your email list are thinking in terms of their struggles, their false beliefs, and you need to be addressing them every single time. It doesn't have to be in every single email, but usually great emails address, you know, issues and struggles that, you know, our clients' audiences have. Okay, guys, so this is really important too. And number 4 is a unique individual writing style with a distinctive voice. When people click on that email, they already immediately know it is you, even without reading your name, right, guys? So you guys should have a unique style or unique voice or unique tone, which is ideally the same tone as how your client talks in real life, okay? Because they are creating content, you want the emails to sound like him talking, okay? Make it really personal. This is direct response. And number 5 is good sense of humor. It's not, you know, a must, but it does add a huge flair to your emails. It makes it more sexy, and people are more eager to actually read your emails if they're in that valuetainment style. Okay, guys. Number 6 is excellent storytelling. So if you're a person who always tells stories, it just shows that you are really wise. You actually go out and actually live life. And people like listening to that. People love stories. Stories, you know, you burn the least amount of calories listening to stories and looking at stories. So stories are a great way to actually ice break between you and your audience, build that connection. Really important, guys. And number 7 is personal and real insights into the day in the life of our client. So what does he do every single day? What does his morning look like? Does he shower at the night times? What does he eat? How does he, what's his work schedule look like? Does he have meetings? Does he fly here? Does he fly there? Does he travel a lot? Right? Actually, you know, write those down in the emails below, and also actually just, you know, document his life too, right? So these are a few of the, you know, I think must-haves of great emails, and these are like, you know, tips to get people reading your emails again and again, because you don't want people to be reading once and then just unsubscribing. Okay, guys. So here's actually an example of how we started a Mother's Day promo email for our clients. So if we scroll in again, if we scroll in a bit here, you know, now I don't know about you, but my mom is who I did it all for. This is actually a Mother's Day email which happened, you know, this month. I mean, last month. It's June 1st right now, but last month it was Mother's Day, and we did a Mother's Day sale. So we wanted to start off that email with more of a Mother's Day kind of vibe. So this is where we got the photo from him and his mom. You know, now I don't know about you, my mom is who I do it all for. All the late nights hustling, all the failures in drop shipping, trading, sneaker reselling. It was all worth when I was able to financially support my mom and give back for everything she's ever sacrificed for me. And you know, you guys know the gist of it. And then down here, we will actually have a CTA. We make it kind of long, and we'll have a CTA to buy. And it's like, oh, buy now here if you want to also take care of your mom and stuff like that. But we, of course, make it more sophisticated and stuff, right? But yeah, guys, this is a case study of how we actually, you know, write emails for our 300K per month client, how much we generated him on a month-by-month basis, and a little bit more about webinar funnels and what we do as an agency. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment down below, and leave me a subscribe. And I'll see you guys, if you guys want to, join my email list, and I'll see you guys in the next one.